Welcome back, everyone. The Apple Pencil 1 came out many years ago, and it's so funny because it's still being sold by Apple, and it's still a super strong contender as to why some people would pick up, one iPad over the other. Now, before the Apple Pencil, it just kind of seemed like all the iPads kind of blended in with one another, and a lot of people always wanted some sort of pencil support for their iPads, and we eventually got it with the Apple Pencil 1, but I will tell you, with the Apple Pencil 2, it is miles ahead of the Apple Pencil 1. The feature set is kind of the same, there's a little bit of a different functionality, but I'll still tell you, if you have an iPad that supports Apple Pencil 1 or 2, you're still in a really good spot. Most iPads right now are actually supported with Apple Pencil support, either the first gen or the second gen, so I think that's totally cool and I actually like that. But with the Apple Pencil 1, what I can tell you is, first of all, on the outside, you have pretty much the same setup as a normal pencil, and it's so funny because when you look at it, it actually looks just like an actual pencil. You have the tip on the bottom, which is actually pretty important to note because a lot of people just assume that it's like never, gonna break or anything like that, or it's not removable. The tip on the Apple Pencil 1 is actually a removable tip, so keep that in mind. You can actually go and maneuver those and change those around if you want to. But on the top of the Apple Pencil 1, this is probably one of the more controversial aspects of this device, and one reason why I would probably recommend people to pick up the Apple Pencil 2, and that's because the Apple Pencil 1, the way you charge it is to plug it into the top of the iPad or the charging port of the iPad and pretty much charge it that way. Now, is it a big deal? It really just depends. I think for some people it may be a big deal. To me, it kind of is just a little bit of an annoyance. I think it's one of those things that Apple could have probably changed up and, maybe done it a little bit better. And I feel like with the Apple Pencil 2, they fixed it, but it's still very strange that they still support the Apple Pencil 1 and a lot of other iPads. I feel like they should just go switch over fully to the Apple Pencil 2 just because of this strange design that they have. But again, there's nothing we can really do about it at this point. But I will tell you, when it comes down to it, the Apple Pencil 1, in terms of the way it feels in the hand and the functionality, it is still an extremely functional piece of hardware. If your iPad, like I said, supports it, and if you're somebody who draws a lot or takes a lot of notes on your iPad, this is surely going to be one of those areas where you're going to definitely want to pick up an Apple Pencil. And I think the number one reason for this is for students out there or for graphic designers or whatever the case is. If you're somebody who likes to jot down notes in class, or you like to highlight certain things and you're so used to using textbooks and stuff and just wasting a bunch of paper, I think switching over to something like an iPad and an Apple Pencil, kind of duo, can really change your workflow. And I know a lot of people, especially like in college and classes and stuff, they actually were, kind of using like Surface Books and different things like that. And I was always just so jealous because they were like drawing on their papers and stuff like that on their ebooks, on their laptop or whatever. And eventually I found out that some iPads had supported Apple Pencil at that time, but I was just so used to drawing on paper and stuff, I didn't really switch over. But that is honestly one of my favorite things about these new iPads, is that a majority of them already support Apple Pencil. And the Apple Pencil 1, I think, is still a pretty good pickup for sure. I don't think it's necessarily like a huge necessity for a lot of people, but at the end of the day, like I stated, if you're somebody who wants to draw on their iPad, if you're somebody who's actually a graphic designer, or you're a student and you rely on your iPad heavily, having something like an Apple Pencil 1 can really affect your workflow in the most positive way ever. You don't necessarily need to go and switch over to something like the Apple Pencil 2 or an iPad that supports Apple Pencil 2, but like I stated before, that can definitely change up your layout, and it can definitely add a lot more functionality to your whole entire workflow, especially if you're somebody who uses an iPad and you draw or graphic design or you take a lot of notes on your iPad. So I'd still say it's completely worth it in 2021. If you want to pick one up, I'll leave the Apple Pencil 1 and Apple Pencil 2 linked down in the description below. You can get them from there and help support the channel at the same time. That's really pretty much it. If you guys have any other questions or anything like that, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that means so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. Every single subscriber that we get really does count, so it means so much if you guys can hit that. Also check out the other links down in the description as well. My Twitter, my Instagram, my other channels. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.